8 rap albums that flopped. The factors that affect how good a rap album is has changed a lot in the past few years. The days of superstars selling over 100 million units of their tracks in the first week all seem like a fairy tale nowadays. Even the most popular rappers are unlikely to hit 300,000 units sold in the first week. Yes, it is that rare. And only the extremely successful rappers clinch numbers in the range of 500,000 units and above. Although most of this is because of the new methods that are implemented when calculating album sales. Tracks are now barely sold physically, but are now streamed online, which makes it more difficult to rank higher. Quick fact, according to Billboard, for an artist to get one sale, that particular artist has to get 1,500 streams. Hello everyone, and welcome back to HipHop Noise. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 8 rap albums that completely flopped, so keep watching to find out the albums and why they flopped. Because of the way sales are calculated online, artists do not really rely on the money gotten from online sales, but on the money gotten from tours and merchandise that they sell. Although online sales seem to have fallen, some albums still manage to underperform, probably because of bad promotion or unrealistic expectations. For the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about 8 rap albums that have flopped. And away we go! Confessions of a Dangerous Mind by Logic. Within the hip-hop industry, it is safe to say that Logic has been a really controversial artist ever since his debut that he made in the year 2010. According to his fans, Logic has intense technical skill, an approachable personality, and is within the reach of fans. However, his critics say otherwise. They say he's a fast rapper with strange lyrics, and when he raps, he lays too much emphasis on his ethnicity. This aside, Logic has still managed to put albums that have gotten a reasonable amount of attention and success, even though he didn't reach the level of Drake or J. Cole. Logic has a fan base which is so loyal that it allows him to sell 100,000 units and more within the first week of the song's release. However, in the year 2017, he released Everybody, which drew out a lot of attention to him. This was mainly because of the success of the single he released, which is titled 1800, 273, 8255. Unfortunately for Logic, he couldn't easily replicate the success gotten from the previous songs he released. The year 2018 to 2020 were not so great for Logic's music career in the sense that the 3 albums he released within those 2 years got really low to negative reviews. The third album that he released, titled Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, didn't do so well, and his fans ruled out the album as his worst album ever. They listened to his album and discovered that his lyrical flow was really poor, and the tracks were filled with a lot of corny lyrics. In the first week of release, the album moved just 80,000 units, which was barely half of the album that was released before it, titled Young Sinatra 4. Logic's final album, titled No Pressure, has been ruled as a success, and sold 221,000 units within its first week of release. Teenage Emotions by Lil Yachty. Ever heard of bubblegum trap? Well, Lil Yachty was the king of bubblegum trap. Between 2015 and 2016, Lil Yachty's music career was going really well. He released his debut project titled Little Boat, and also became even more successful when he was featured in songs of other artists like Kyle. Things were going smoothly, and Yachty was already on the ladder to being the hottest rap artist in the year 2017. Because of this, his debut studio album titled Teenage Emotions got a lot of recognitions and ratings. In the album, it is not just him that did all the singing, but other artists too. Artists like Migos and Diplo were featured in the album. The reviews for the album were what one would call mixed, and Yachty fans said they were disappointed with the album. They said the album delved deeper in pop punk and pop music styles that a lot of fans were expecting. The album hit the top 10, where it ranked 5th on the Billboard Hot 200 list. By the number of units that were sold, there were not that many in its first week of release. Since that time, Yachty has had an inconsistency in his music, with his sales going up and down every time, which is kind of weird because he's been really hyped and recognized by a lot of people. Binge by Machine Gun Kelly. Remember that fight MGK had with Eminem? Well, back in the year 2018, it looked like his career was going to take a big leap because of the feud he had with a far bigger artist. No matter who won or lost, it looked like the beef that MGK had with Eminem would boost his rap career. And guess what? He started getting new fans and receiving a lot of attention from them. He even released a track known as Rap Devil, which was basically a diss track aimed at Eminem. About 3 weeks after the release of Rap Devil, MGK released an EP titled Binge, which comprised of 9 tracks. This album was almost completely different from his previous work in the sense that it followed a different pattern. The vocals had a lot of auto-tuned aesthetics, and although the EP was a total flop, which sold barely 21,000 units in its first week, unlike Bloom, which sold 57,000 units in the first week of release. Rebirth by Lil Wayne. It is safe to say that Lil Wayne is more of a rock star than a rapper. Since he started his rap career at the age of 14, Lil Wayne has been one of the most successful rap artists of all time. Worldwide, he has sold over 120 million records, spanning over different states and countries, and he hasn't failed to fill concert halls and arenas with screaming fans. In the year 2010, Lil Wayne released his album titled Rebirth, which was a combination of different sounds including rock and pop. He also had the help of Fall Out Boy and the Beastie Boys. Lil Wayne tried to create a rock album, but the album was not well received by his fans. Throughout the world, the album got a lot of bad reviews from people. The album was called The Cliché, and some people went as far as calling it a parody of a rock album. But then, something shocking happened. Despite all these bad reviews, the album still hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and also sold 176,000 units in its first week of release. Although selling 176,000 units in the first week would seem like a really big hit for an upcoming artist, this seemed like a flop for Lil Wayne. Find the Beat by Blueface. When Blueface released his hit song titled Thotiana and achieved success with his viral hit, a lot of people thought he would become the next big thing in the West Coast rap, but things did not go this way. Long before Thotiana was released, Blueface released a single titled Respect My Crippin', which gave him a good head start in the music industry. The success that he got from this song made Thotiana an even bigger hit and got the attention of Drake and Quavo. He also released an EP titled Dirtbag, which was an epic success, but he had a lot of negative reviews. A while after that, Blueface made an announcement that he would release his debut album titled Find the Beat, but for some reasons, the project was delayed. But when it was finally released, it got a lot of positive and negative reviews all jumbled together. It was ranked on the US charts and hit number 64. Florida Jit by Smokepurpp. In the year 2016, Smokepurpp was one of the rappers that had the whole internet excited about him. XXXTentacion, Lil Pump, and Lil Peep were all reigning at the time. In the year 2017, Smokepurpp signed a record deal with Interscope Records. Around that particular time, he released a track titled Audi, which pushed him even higher in the music industry. He also released another debut album titled Dead Star, which was successful because of the reputation Audi had set for him. Not long after that, Smokepurpp started to delay when it came to releasing new projects, which killed the enthusiasm of his fans. He released another album titled Dead Star 2 in the year 2019, which performed poorly. Recently, Smokepurpp released a 2020 album titled Florida Jit, which was an immense failure and sold only 5,000 units in its first week of release. Revival by Eminem. This one is a bit shocking because Eminem is one of the very few rappers whose sales statistics did not follow the normal trend. For the regular rapper, selling 100,000 units a week is considered a great achievement, but for someone like Eminem, this is not the case. As we all know, Eminem is one of the biggest rappers of all time, and it's a normal thing when Eminem's first week sales reach over 600,000 units sold. On more than 3 occasions, Eminem's songs have reached over 1 million units in the first week of release. In the year 2017, when Eminem dropped his album titled Revival, it sold only 260,000 units in its first week compared to the other albums, which sold at least 760,000 units in the first week of release. All these slight failures caused insecurity and uncertainty for Eminem. Tattletales by 6ix9ine. It was really big news when 6ix9ine was indicted by the federal government. During his court case, which basically everyone knew about, the public got the full idea of the things 6ix9ine had been doing when no one was looking. It was also discovered that 6ix9ine was working with the 9 Trey Blood Gang by buying their support. But that wasn't all. 6ix9ine was also facing a really big risk of being killed by that gang. During his testimony in court, he willingly snitched on the gang to the judge and told the judge everything he wanted to know. Because of 6ix9ine's cooperation, his sentence was reduced to only 2 years, and after 14 months, he was released from prison. When he was released, the entire internet kept talking about his album titled Tattletales. The album was predicted to sell at least 140,000 units, but things didn't go this way. One thing led to another, and Tattletales only sold 53,000 copies. If you think any of these albums were hated for no reason, drop your comments in the comment section. Before you leave, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on new videos.